Hello, my name is Jayson, and I'm the managing attorney for the Jayson Law Group LLC, a law firm based in Union, New Jersey. Welcome to the 6th video in our series on the legal aspects of starting a small business in New Jersey. But before I begin, I would just like to start with a brief disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only, and any statements made by me during the course of this video do not constitute legal advice, nor is it a solicitation for business. Furthermore, no attorney-client relationship is formed through the course of this video, and you are recommended to seek the advice of legal counsel before you form your business. We're going to continue our look at the different types of business entities in New Jersey by looking more specifically at LLCs, limited liability companies. And what is an LLC? It is a separate and distinct entity whereby the owners, which are known by members, have limited liability for the company. LLCs must file an EIN, which is an employer identification number, with the IRS. And you can think of that as the LLC's social security number. You must file a certificate of formation with the state of New Jersey. And LLCs are governed by operating agreements, which is essentially a contract between the members about the rights and responsibilities of the members and of the company and what the company is established for. So what are some of the benefits of an LLC? Well, it offers personal liability protection for its members. So if the business gets sued, only the business assets will be available should the party that sues the business succeeds, which is very nice if you are a member of the LLC or the owner of an LLC. Remember, members or owners of an LLC are known as members. They're relatively easy to form, which is very nice. They're governed by operating agreements, which is a good thing because it essentially lays out the rights and responsibilities of the members, and should there be a dispute, you will have the document that should help you to resolve that dispute in an efficient manner. LLCs are allowed to exist in perpetuity, which means that they can exist forever. And I know that that sounds sort of silly, but up until 2013, when New Jersey modified the Uniform Limited Liability Companies Act, an LLC actually had to state that in their certificate of formation. They now no longer have to do that, although on the New Jersey website you still have to click it. Pass-through entity for tax purposes. The LLC will not pay tax, only the members of the LLC pay tax, which is very nice. It avoids a double taxation issue. And the LLC can have a bank account, which I know sounds sort of silly. Why is this a benefit? Well, it's a benefit because if you have multiple members, it means that you don't have to worry about the commingling of funds between a member and the business. It offers another layer of protection for the members. Should any issues arise, it's going to make it a little easier to pay the expenses of the business in terms of accounting for tax reasons. Again, I'm not an accountant. I would advise you to speak with an accountant on those issues. So those are some of the benefits of having a bank account. There is no limit to the number of members of the LLC. If you wanted to have 1 million people be members of the LLC, you can do that. If you want to have 1 member of the LLC, you can do that, and that's known as a single member LLC. It's easy to hire employees, which is very nice, so that as you expand, your workforce can expand with you. And the other nice thing is that units, which are what members of the LLC own, they're called units, you can create units as you see fit. So one unit could be worth 20% of the company and have voting rights, and another unit could be worth 1% of the company and have no voting rights. And you can create those units as you see fit and need for your business. Just something to keep in mind. So what are some of the negatives of an LLC? It's a relatively new business, so the laws are still changing. Case in point, in New Jersey, in March of 2013, the legislature adopted the Uniform Limited Liability Companies Act and reformed the laws governing LLCs. So that's just something to keep in mind. You must file an annual report with the state of New Jersey. And that doesn't mean that you need to give them a 10-page document about what's going on, but you need to say, you need to pay your fee. You need to say, hey, look, we're still around, we're still doing this, and this is what we're doing. And under some circumstances, members can be found liable for the actions of the company, but that typically is where fraud is involved, so that the outsider looking in at the company would have a hard time distinguishing between the actions of the member and the actions of the LLC. Well, this concludes our examination of LLCs. I look forward to continuing our examination of business entities. Next up is corporations, and we'll look at the different types of corporations in New Jersey. And until next time, good luck.